Hey everyone, welcome to 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧 trading class preview. My name is Ezra and the founder of 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧, and today I'll be walking through with you what exactly we cover during our trading syllabus. Alright, so first and foremost, let me bring your attention to our disclaimers. 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧 does not give any financial advice, we do not solicit for funds, and we are not an accredited education entity. We are just a non-profit, non-commercial community platform where for the longest period of about 5 years, we've been imparting our trading knowledge to a broader audience. All right. So many of you might be asking, like, what gives me the qualification to actually impart trading knowledge onto a general audience? So let me introduce a little bit more about myself. I'm Ezra, the founder of 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧. And formerly, I used to serve in a financial institution as a licensed, treasury dealer. It was a really fun experience when I was serving the bank in corporate treasury. I got first-hand experiences on how large institutions deal with funds. I used to delve into instruments such as equities, currencies, bonds, commodities, and with the quantum the bank deals with, it was quite eye-opening on how broad financial market operate. Right thereafter, I left the financial institution and I went on to work in a financial rating agency whereby I had first-hand experience again evaluating the balance sheet of banks. So I got to meet a lot of individuals and interview them firsthand, key people from financial institutions, and interview them firsthand and get a grasp of what exactly the operation sphere of a bank is like. So following that, I left the financial rating agency as well, and then I went to further enhance my financial knowledge by moving on to take a financial planning license. Right. So in my years of experience, I think I've spent about 10 years in the financial line. I realized that the core problem a lot of people tend to face is we tend to, chase after returns, or rather, the general audience tends to be allured by high returns. You do not know exactly where your money is going. You do not know what sort of instruments you're investing your money in, but you are just going after high returns. So, with that motivation in hand, and with the trading experience I had, and the financial analysis experience I had, I started 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧. 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧 aimed to firstly teach people the basics of trading, and what we actually strive on, and we put a lot of pride, is for people to get the basics right. Because oftentimes you do not know where you're putting your money at, and you do not know the basics of trading before jumping into something more advanced, or before jumping into anything at all. Like these days, you get Telegram channels, you get TikTok influencers, you get so many people which are sort of showing you how to make money when you're trading without having you understand the very basics and the core elements of things. So I think that is something which is really important, and that has been something we've been doing for like 5 years. Before you jump into anything, I'm not saying the TikTok videos are not good, not invest in anything if it's giving good returns. For all you know, it might be really legit and it gives you good returns, so you might want to invest in that. But first and foremost, before doing that, you need to know where you are putting your money at and what exactly is that particular investment's plan doing for you to generate such returns. And 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧 tried on the very heart and the essence of things, whereby a lot of investments in the financial market in general stems from knowing your financial instruments. For example, if you talk about shares, what exactly are shares? How do they operate? How do they work? When you talk about commodities, what are commodities? Crude oil is a commodity, gold is a commodity, silver is a commodity, wheat is a commodity, barley is a commodity. What other commodities do you have? You want to understand the instruments, and when you understand the instruments, in general, you broaden your financial experience, right? So our philosophy is getting the basics right, and we will help you get there. And how much have we been doing this, right? We've been doing this for the span of 5 years. For 5 years, 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧, before we were known as 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧, we were just known as 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧. And as 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧, we used to travel from one state to another in Malaysia, and we also went out of Malaysia to a few places like Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, as you can see on screen. And whatever knowledge which I had, which I learned from my financial institution journey and from my financial rating analysis journey, I was more than happy to share with everyone. And I would like to believe, based on what we have, what we've achieved so far, that we have imparted quite a bit of information which I think a lot of people might find useful throughout our years of operation as 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧. So what exactly is 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗧? So you can see that on screen we have something called pre-DAO and post-DAO, right? So what exactly is a DAO? A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. What is a decentralized autonomous organization? Now, I will have to get you to come over to one of our DAO previews for me to elaborate further on that, because that is not a concept which I can cover in today's trading module preview. But for today's preview, I want to let you know what exactly we do in Pips Capture, where we share with you the basics of how you want to learn to trade. All right. So firstly, this is a little bit of our history. I'm not going to go through this image in entirety, but our mission, vision, and values have never changed throughout the 5 years. Now, what exactly has changed? Because there's pre-DAO and there's post-DAO, right? So our mission, vision, and values, I would be very happy to share with you guys, transition towards the era of what is known as Web3. Right? There is Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. I'm not gonna, distinguish between what each of these eras mean. But in terms of Web3, you can think of it as the internet being a very collective space where many individuals can get together. A lot more information can be shared. A lot more exchanges can be taking place with everybody being decentralized. You do not have to be in a certain location at one place at one time. Take a look at what we used to do before. What we used to do before, we used to be in physical locations, we used to be, construed to a certain environment, benefiting only those which are in that space. But through Web3 and through tools such as Discord, Zoom, a lot of items which enable us to promote what we have to a larger audience, we have been benefiting even more people as we move forward. So our mission, vision, and values, we have transitioned from a classical, normal community to what is known as a more Web3 friendly community. So we use NFTs, we have a blockchain syllabus, which we have enhanced over our regular syllabus. There's just so much to talk about on our transition, but what is the key takeaway from this is we get now a greater outreach for us to have a greater pool of knowledge pour into our community. We are no longer restricted by physical zones. We are no longer restricted by countries. We are no longer restricted by certain techniques or certain methods. We are very much exposed to a very broad audience. And we get a lot of different sort of audience joining the DAO. I'm not going to talk so much about the DAO, but today I want to walk you through, before you understand what Pips Capture DAO is, maybe you want to appreciate the first step. Like a lot of you guys are here for the first time and you want to know what exactly trading is about. What can trading do? How can trading help my life? How can trading help me understand the investments which I've gone in better? So that's something which we want to promote. So in a nutshell, our mission, vision, and values is as such. We started off with wanting to be known as Malaysia's #1 resource center and community for traders. And I think we've achieved quite a substantial bit with our Facebook page growing to about, like, not too great, but about 3,000 people. We have a Discord page. We started from one medium. We are now expanded to a few mediums such as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, which is our original Discord, and we continue to build on the technological aspects, on the community sharing aspects of tools such as this, so we can give better outreach to our broader community. So we still remain the same. Although we are a DAO, we now have a more enhanced experience on how people can evaluate their post studies with us. If they come on board the community, you take part in our training module. We now have a more robust evaluation module for you to see how much you've learned during class and to evaluate yourself as you move along, right? So our aspirations remain the same. We want to impart trading knowledge and using, like I mentioned, essential tools to enhance your learning and evaluation experience. And I'll just walk you through a little bit of that as we move on to the next slide. As our values, if you take a look, formally we use words such as committed, sincere, professional pride, honor, and gratitude. To sum all of this up, we just value inclusivity. We just want to have as many people as possible from across the world, across genders, across spaces, come and join us and come and understand a little bit more about the financial instruments which are available for you to trade or for you to invest in. Enhance that basic knowledge so it makes you a better investor or a better trader, right? So all of us as a community, we thrive on collective growth together, all right? So, okay, now to the syllabus. So you might have heard me talking a lot about Pips Capture and what Pips Capture syllabus aims to do, what we have changed so far during our 5 years. So who should attend this training syllabus? Largely, our audience is divided into 3 categories. All right. Firstly, the most broadest category is for those of you guys which wish to explore trading as an additional source of income. So trading being an additional source of income might not be for everyone. Now, please disregard the TikTok videos, Telegram channels, or everything which have told you otherwise. Or the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the helicopters, the submarines, which show you a very lavish lifestyle and show you that, as a trader, you can achieve that. Now, fact is, only 10% or less than 10% of people who explore trading actually make it to become profitable traders. 90% of people who move into trading, sorry, not the sort of thing you might want to hear during a trading preview, but again, this is reality. I'm not here to tell you like a Cinderella story, but I'm here to give you real trading knowledge, real takeaways, and the truth of how trading is like. Not many people would make it, but for those who make it, it might be a really good additional source of income. So for those who make it, let's talk about the people which are experienced traders and continue to make money in this industry. And proud to say, as a community, we have grown. We have so many experienced traders which have joined us. And why do they join us? Because of our evaluation module. We use a certain tool, which I'm not going to talk so much about now. But if you were to join us, you'll see what exactly are the tools we utilize for experienced traders to sort of evaluate themselves against one another and see how one method is faring against the other. So you get a few different traders which are profitable, which do not trade the same instrument, or could trade the same instrument but trade them differently. And all the trades which they make are fully transparent for everybody to view. All right. So this element of transparency enhances the learning experience of you guys. I'm saying you guys because the majority which is coming on board to us are people which want to learn how to trade. Yeah, your guys are first-time joiners. You want to know how you can use trading to be a source of income. So from the experienced traders, when you can view what they do, you sort of understand a little bit better on what you have learned theoretically in class. Now, when I say class, I don't mean just Pips Captures class. You might be learning theoretical elements or items from a lot of spaces. For example, babypips.com is an amazing resource for you to pick up theoretical aspects when it comes to learn how to trade. There are so many classes which I could quote, but I think to sum it up, you might be learning a lot in theory, but how about putting it into practice to actually show everyone that you've learned how to trade and this is exactly how you use that knowledge to make money. Our evaluation tool makes you trade live and makes the experience trade live. And here's the best part, because we're a DAO, it makes me trade live together with you. So everything I do, the mistakes I make, the good trades I make, whatever which I do, it's fully transparent and viewable for you. You can see exactly. So if I don't walk the talk, you can see it. If I'm walking the talk, it shows. So I invite you to come over to explore trading syllabus to see how as a community we can all grow together. All right. So the last part is individuals who are interested to trade to become full-time proprietary traders. So the individuals which are interested to become full-time proprietary traders, well, there are so many prop firms out there. I'm not going to quote any names. There are the big ones, there are the not so big ones, and there are the smaller ones. But regardless, whichever prop firm you are trying to pursue or you're trying to pass for the evaluation, they all come with a daily, most of them come with a daily drawdown limit of 5%. If you breach a drawdown of 5% in a day, you lose the account. And you have to fund in to actually buy another account and then go through the entire process again. In Pips Capture DAO's evaluation model, and this is a little bit of a tip to let you know how the evaluation, continuity goes. And throughout the life of your account, we really value a very low drawdown. And how low the drawdown is as you pass certain challenges, as you move up levels, our evaluation model is also level. So for those of you guys who understand crypto, there's the element of GameFi in our evaluation model as well. So I do not want to confuse you guys too much about how the evaluation model is, but to bring back the focus to those of you guys which are new and want to explore trading as an additional source of income. So here we go. What exactly should we do? How do you start? How do you get about getting on board Pips Capture? Why choose Pips Capture DAO's trading syllabus? Here's the thing. What we do is, I'm just going to jump point number 4. It's absolutely free. Remember what I said in the disclaimer earlier, that we are a non-profit, our community platform. We really mean what we say. So to join is free. I don't charge you anything. We don't charge you anything. Sorry, it's not I anymore. It's a DAO, so it's a we. Our community collectively owns the modules together. So I don't operate alone. There's so many people in the community. You just have to join to see who's exactly with us. We've got really known traders with us. I wouldn't consider myself a very known trader, but I've participated in a few tournaments and I have reached the finals of these tournaments consecutively for about 3 years. I'm going to talk about that later. So for the first part, inclusive community, you're not alone. Most of the time when you start trading, you start learning, you're alone. You learn something theoretical. For example, the best example is you pay for a very expensive course. right? $5,000, $10,000. You go for a 2 weeks camp, right? Or maybe a 2 day, it can be a 2 day event. And after that, you get like some follow up through email, and that's it. You're alone, right? Even if you have your support groups are amongst those which are just learning together with you. So how much can you gain when you're actually sharing information with those which are still new? But here's the thing, in Pips Capture DAO. Pips Capture DAO, we have a community filled with experienced traders. Now, experienced traders, it sounds good, like, oh, wow, I'm an experienced trader. It's not like that in Pips Capture DAO. To call yourself an experienced trader is also to prove your performance. Our evaluation module works very strongly on what is known as proof of performance. So if you're experienced, you're definitely going to showcase a performance as you trade collectively with the group, right? So in our evaluation model, every single trader in the DAO, in Pips Capture DAO, has a transparent performance. So if you're good, it shows. If you're not good, it shows as well. Again, it's a very inclusive community. You gotta join us to see exactly what else we offer, right? Again, so for the benefit of those of you guys which are here to learn how to trade, the first step, learning how to trade, learning about financial instruments, all right? We have a support team. You can jump on Discord. We have administrative staff on Discord. You can jump on Facebook. I want to reply you on Facebook. You can just read our Medium post, because our Medium post elaborates the entirety of our DAO. There's so much to, for me to mention when it comes to our social media channels. I think I'm just gonna leave it at, we have a very robust support team, right? And continuous learning. You never stop learning in Pips Capture DAO, because every Monday, right, for those of you guys which have completed the training syllabus, which have been entitled to join the DAO, every Monday there's a trade performance review. Whose trade performance review? Your trade performance review. So who reviews it? I review it alongside other traders as well. So collectively, we all learn from each other. I learn from you as much as you learn from me. And believe me, throughout the years of me trading in the market, there's always something new for me to learn. And that's exactly why it's fun learning with a community rather than learning in isolation alone, right? So this free word thing, is a very fun one, because like I said, we're a non-profit community platform. You can join our modules. Our modules are free for you to join. We encourage you to fund in $100 into your trading account. Encourage, it's not compulsory, right? So why is it encouraged? Because with that, you can practice the smallest amount of trades as you learn. Because it's one thing to be theoretical when you learn, but when you move on to practical aspects, that's exactly when you start to get better. And believe me, losing $1,000 on a demo account, on $100,000 demo account, does not feel the same as losing 10 cents on a $100 account. You feel so bad for losing the 10 cents. You feel nothing when you lose the money on a demo. Our community, and at that point of time, I was giving the modules myself, but right now we have really, really talented individuals which are giving you the modules, and I step in at a later point. Now, I was told to step in at a later point by the community just to share a little bit of a fun story, right? Now, why was I told to do that? Because I tend to get carried away with sharing things a little bit too advanced. I think I might have done it here as well during the, this sharing session on our trading preview. I tend to get overboard and go in depth in certain stuff, and I tend to lose my audience. So we've got really patient, really step by step, really concise people guiding you through the trading syllabus. And once you grasp that, if you want a refresher, I'm here for you guys. You can look for me, and then we can go a little bit more in depth into what you've already learned in class, right? So back the attention back to 𝗙𝗘𝗃, Kenny Lim. They started with us. They moved on to one of the largest tournaments in Malaysia, and they moved on as finalists. So they started. To be a finalist, you have to compete with about, like, I think anywhere between 600 to 800 traders. If it changes, the numbers changes every year. 600 to 800 accounts, right? So these accounts are all traded by individuals, and you have to be, as a finalist, the top 48. If I'm not mistaken, is the top 48. So Kenny was one of the top 48. 𝗙𝗘𝗃 was one of the top 48. Now, I love to share a lot about my buddy Kalai. Right? My buddy Kalai was someone which I met along my trading journey, and he's a really, I would say, he has a really interesting trading method, right? And Pips Capture did not teach him how to trade. But I remember what we said. We are a community, and he loves our community. He joined our community, and we collectively share information together. So Kala is also part of Pips Capture community. Now, I'd love to mention my buddy Akmal, which is not in this particular frame, but also PFP finalist, one of the largest tournaments in Malaysia, right? If you guys are not following the PFP page, you can follow if you see the Top Trader Live link in the image, you can explore that page as well. That page is run by really talented individuals, and they, I would say, are the pioneer of bringing traders together in Malaysia. So, right, they are a huge community. Go ahead and check them out, and of course, check 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗘 𝗧𝗿𝗃 as well. Right. So, moving along, these are the results of the finals for CK, or 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗃, which is known as CK, it's short form CK. Ezra from 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗃 𝗧𝗿𝗃 and Kenny from 𝗙𝗏𝗘𝗃 𝗧𝗿𝗃. So I was a finalist as well. Both of them are finalists. I'm a finalist. For the last year's tournament, I finished third place. So I won an iPhone, was it 14 Pro Max? Sorry, I'm so bad with tech gadgets. I know I should update myself. Even when I'm using one myself, I'm not so into the brand models of and such. So yeah, I finished third place. CK finished 13th and Kenny finished 21st. Right? For I believe it was for both of them their first time competing in a tournament, and I think this is spectacular result. Sorry, not top 48, but top 32. Out of 800, 600 to 800 people, they finished the top 32. So this is a little bit of our testimony that we have been we've been around for 5 years. If we're not good, it would probably show after the second or third year. If we are good, then I think some track record should remain, and I think nothing makes me more proud to see my own guys, our own guys, not mine, but it's a 𝗏. So our own guys move on to the finals of a tournament, and from there they get their own exposure, right? So yeah, if that interests you, if everything which I've shared so far is of interest, then let me talk about the trading modules. All right, so let's talk about trading modules. What exactly do we provide? So you might be thinking, for beginners, all right, so it's free, it's not going to be so elaborate. You're wrong, right? Because this is exactly how our trading modules look like. All right, so you will learn everything from the basics. Like I said, I was really serious when I said you need to get your basics right. So you learn stuff like basic, like for example, what is the financial market? What are the financial instruments in the financial market? What exactly drives prices? Everything. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. If you cannot get a grasp of what you see on screen, you are very free to check out our Facebook page. You can download this entire syllabus there, and you can see everything in entirety on what we will actually teach. Right? So I'll bring you back again to just summarize on the first part of things. You want to understand trade terminologies. And this is a problem for people which tend to go for 2 days courses or 1 week courses, 1 week course. Sometimes you need to have at least a beginner level of knowledge, starting level of knowledge for you to appreciate terminologies. For example, long, short, GBP, USD, margin call, swap. What are exactly these terms, right? We break these terms down for you on level 1. All right, and then we show you how the reason why we encourage $100 deposit is for you to actually feel the pain and to see how you can make that $100 account grow to something else. We love to do this because by the end of the syllabus, we get some people which are actually growing their account and some people which have lost their account, but all in all, it is the experience which counts. So some people, when they make I sort of like make 30% returns towards the end of the syllabus, it makes me feel really good. Honestly, you join for free, you put in your own money, there's no restriction on whether you can withdraw. You can withdraw anytime you want. The only thing is you don't get to attend the next class because you do not have the $100 deposit. At least that was how it was formerly. But right now, we've waived that. So if you were to withdraw, it's fine. Continue to stay to the end. Firstly, you learn the theoretical aspects of things. And then when we move to the intermediate module, you learn how to read charts. So you don't read charts straight away. You appreciate the financial instruments first, following which, once you've already gotten a grasp of exactly what these financial instruments is, you need to understand what equities are before you can read an equities chart. Agree? So you know equities. Equities is equivalent to shares and equivalent to stocks. They mean the same thing. At least that part you know already, right? Now, so how do they drive? How are prices driven for equities? Right? There's fundamental analysis, which then you look into the balance sheet of companies, you look into the regulatory space, you look into the competitive factors, you look into everything which can actually impact their business. So you understand that sort of analysis is what drives prices of equities. Now that you know that, how does this impact look on charts? So on the intermediate level, you will learn to read charts, right? And you will learn to go a little bit deeper on certain fundamental analysis as well. And then on the advanced level, this is where it gets really difficult. You learn to control yourself when you are facing the market. Like you learn things like sentiment analysis, different trading personalities, risk management. This is where a lot of people fail, to be honest. Like a lot of people can have a good method, but they can't stick to it. A lot of people can make profit, but they cannot retain it. The whole reason is you are your worst enemy when it comes to trading. Nobody, self-sabotage is the number one destructive thing when you are actually trading. Now, on level 3, we can say what we want, we can do what we want, but there is no way for us to control you. Now, that's where our evaluation module kicks in when we transcended from pips capture to pips capture down. Through our evaluation model, we are able to somewhat contain this sort of destructive behavior. Now, that is for this preview very much proprietary. If you would like to learn more, please join us. If you're new, join our trading class. From there, you can move further. If you are not that, from there we can move further. How do you join, right? How do you participate in what we have? Our classes are conducted once a week through Zoom, and sessions are interactive. It's a classroom environment. You get like a real trainer there. One of our very talented guys will be there in the room with you. And now, when I say very talented, remember, right? We are an we pride ourselves through proof of performance. So the person which is teaching you is also evaluated. You can see the person's traits live, and you can see that this person ranks ahead of others in the entire DAO space which we've created, which makes this person worthy to be a teacher to you. Now, we are probably the first who are doing this, that we put the trainers out there to showcase their performance when they teach. And this performance is never hidden, it's transparent for you to see. Any point of time, from day 0, I won't even call it day 1, from day 0 of the account creation until their entire participation through the DAO, you get to see their performance, all right? So our very talented traders will walk you through Zoom, and then our sessions are 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday. It lasts for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and then usually the last 15 minutes, or maybe sometimes it's 20 minutes, will be open for Q&A. You're welcome to ask as many questions as possible. Again, the big thing is it's free to join, so you can always hop in to have a look. But the thing is, we will stop sharing the link as we move along the classes, because we do not want people to jump in midway. We want you guys to have a very wholesome start. All right. So if you're interested to join, just commit. Formally, we were really strong on having people or those which are interested to learn commit $100, because it shows some element of seriousness and learning. But for some people, they just wanted to explore first. And I'm all for you exploring, but at the same time, come on board and learn trading if you are really interested to explore trading as an additional source of income. Don't come and learn trading just because your friends told you trading can make money, or just because your friends have told you that trading is something which is easy for you to generate income, or you just are chasing after profits. That should not be the case. You should want to explore trading to better your financial self, to better your financial knowledge, to enhance what you've understood formally about finance. Because for all you know, you might be understanding something wrong. Coming through our modules, you now be able to understand something in a different perspective, and that is what we want to achieve. Don't think so much about profits, because profits are incidental to knowledge. Enhance your knowledge first, get your basics right, and then profits will come. So additional information will be shared on Telegram. And what sort of information do we share on Telegram? The class preview, everything you can see on screen. We even have economic analysis which we share every Monday. All right, every Monday. So some of you guys would want an economic understanding for trading for the week. We don't just cater to beginners. If you've already understood the picture of our community, we cater to the trading community, and we hope to grow the trading community within Pips Capture with our philosophy, where we get the basics right, we control our drawdown, we trade the right way, and we showcase performance. For me, that is income. All right. And speaking about income, you guys might be thinking, where exactly do we make from, right? So this is a DAO. We have a very supportive brokerage partner. Through our brokerage partner, we are actually the DAO is actually beneficial of spreads. So these spreads are given back to the DAO in terms of, for example, for those which are in, we have an evaluation cycle which lasts for about a period of 4 weeks for performers. You join for free, you come for the modules as well for free, and then you gain prizes also for free. So it is a win-win-win scenario for those of you guys which are new and want to look for a place to learn trading, right? Okay, how to join? Register for a trading account. You're recommended, again, like I said, not compulsory, but recommended to have $100 in your account. Download the MP4 application from Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, right? And attend our Pips Capture DAO training syllabus. That's simple. And just the thing is to keep in mind, be serious when you come on board, and come with a heart of you wanting to learn. We've put a lot of effort in our syllabus. We've refined it over the period of 5 years. We want you to be wholesomely committed throughout the trading journey for you, because we actually really pride you coming to us and getting a takeaway out of it. That to me is achievement enough. you know so I welcome you. All right, thank you very much for attending our 𝗙𝗘𝗘 trading review. Once again, my name is Ezra, the founder of 𝗙𝗘𝗘, and for all of you guys which sought to explore us, we welcome you to come on board to us and get your basics right. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye.